Imagine walking into a dealership, pointing at a brand new, mid-size electric sedan with premium styling, and writing a check for $16,500. That is not a stripped-down city runabout. That is a direct rival to the Tesla Model 3, packed with cutting-edge battery tech, roof-mounted LiDAR, and charging speeds that completely blow away anything on American roads today. BYD just officially released the Chin Max, and it is sending shockwaves across the entire global automotive industry. While legacy automakers in Detroit and Silicon Valley are struggling to sell entry-level electric cars for under $40,000, BYD just cracked the code on true mass-market affordability. If you think this is just another cheap commuter car with corner-cutting compromises, think again. The baseline pure electric Chin Max starts at roughly 109,900 yuan in China, which converts to around 16,500 US dollars. For that exact same footprint, a standard rear-wheel drive Tesla Model 3 will run buyers roughly $35,000 in the very same market. That means BYD is delivering a vehicle of the same size, with more interior display, real estate, and comparable driving range, for literally half the price. Let us break down what you actually get for that sticker price. The vehicle measures over 4,800 millimeters in length, giving it a wheelbase slightly longer than a Model 3. Underneath the floor sits BYD's second-generation Blade battery system, paired with their brand-new flash charging architecture. Here's the number that should keep competing engineers awake at night. It can recharge from 10% to 70% in just 5 minutes flat. If you want a full top-off from 10% to 97%, it takes 9 minutes. 9 minutes. That is barely enough time to walk inside a convenience store, grab a coffee, and use the restroom. For years, critics claimed that charging times would always keep electric cars inferior to gasoline pumps. With charging speeds dropping under the 10-minute mark, that entire argument evaporates instantly. On the performance front, buyers get real flexibility. The single-motor setup delivers either 160 horsepower or a punchy 321 horsepower in the higher configuration. Depending on which battery pack you select, you are looking at an official driving range between 330 miles and 391 miles under the China light-duty vehicle test cycle. Even accounting for stricter real-world highway driving, that is genuine long-distance capability for the price of a used subcompact hatchback. And if pure battery electric is not your thing, BYD also rolled out a plug-in hybrid variant starting at $15,000. That version combines a 1.5-liter engine with an electric motor to deliver nearly 1,500 miles of total combined driving range. Now, you might assume that to hit a $16,000 price point, the interior would feel like a cheap plastic penalty box. It does not. Inside, the cabin features a massive 15.6-inch center infotainment screen paired with an 8.8-inch digital instrument cluster. More importantly, BYD did not strip out advanced driver assistance to save a few pennies. They integrated their God's Eye ADAS platform, complete with a roof-mounted LiDAR sensor. That sensor array powers full navigation on autopilot across both highways and complex urban city streets. Up until right now, full-stack LiDAR systems were strictly reserved for $60,000 flagship luxury sedans. Putting active LiDAR into a $16,000 family car is an aggressive move designed to starve competitors of market share. So how is BYD actually pulling this off without going bankrupt? The secret comes down to extreme vertical integration. Unlike traditional car companies that purchase battery cells, microchips, wiring harnesses, and electric motors from dozens of external suppliers, BYD makes virtually everything in-house. They own the lithium refining pipelines, they build the battery packs, they fabricate their own semiconductors, and they operate their own oceanic shipping vessels. When you cut out middleman profit margins at every single tier of the manufacturing chain, your cost floor drops dramatically. They are not just building cars. They are manufacturing an entire ecosystem, from raw minerals to the finished vehicle sitting on the dealer lot. Now, you might be asking, why does this matter to drivers in the United States or Europe if high tariffs currently keep these cars off Western shores? Because automotive competition does not exist in a vacuum. Even behind steep trade barriers, the existence of a high-tech $16,000 sedan creates an enormous technological gravity well. When drivers in Latin America, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Europe see vehicles offering 9-minute charging and autonomous driving for under $20,000, Western automakers will struggle to sell $50,000 alternatives in emerging export markets. If legacy brands lose global market share in those regions, the massive revenue losses will directly impact their ability to fund research and development back home. Trade barriers can slow down market entry, but they cannot stop technological parity from shifting overseas. The Chin Max is proof that the era of treating electric vehicles as luxury gadgets is officially dead. The transition to electrification is no longer an engineering experiment. It is a ruthless price war dictated by scale, battery chemistry, and automated manufacturing efficiency. Automakers who figure out how to build profitable, affordable electric cars with lightning-fast charging will thrive. Those who rely entirely on high-margin luxury trucks and protective trade policies might soon find themselves stranded on the wrong side of history. What do you think? Would you buy an electric sedan with 9-minute charging and roof-mounted LiDAR if it hit your local market for under $20,000? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.